Now, please welcome to the stage the host of the evening, Niemi.
That is literally the most I've won all year. Thank you guys for coming out. Rooster T Feathers, give it up for you guys, man. Awesome. I can almost see half the crowd. That's freaking awesome. We've got great comics tonight. I appreciate you guys coming out tonight. I'm probably a little slow, so if I take a little bit of time, I'm on a lot of drugs. A lot of drugs. Anti-inflammatory, acid reflux, Advil, Coke. Yeah, oh, hold on a second. My wife really said, you got to stop. I'm on a lot of caffeine, not Coke, and probably a little meth. But that's it, nothing else. This is serious stuff from there. So it is awesome to be out here. So who's excited that NFL football season is starting? So we got a lot of Niner fans out here. I'm a Bears fan. We totally screwed up Monday night. Just totally gave the Vikings this. God, it could be a long year. But, I was talking with a friend of mine. There's going to be something different going on this year. This is the first time in the history of NFL football they are going to have an all-female referee crew. All females. Funny part is I told this joke the other night. Lady in the front row goes, "Is that a good idea?" I'm like, I'm not going to say that, but she can say that. It's funny. So, but, there's going to be things that are different about NFL women referees, so they had to make some adjustments. So first of all, the biggest change is they are not going to announce the penalties after the plays. Because the lady says, if you don't already know what you did wrong, she ain't going to tell you. Fair. We've all been there, right guys? Like, if you have to ask your wife what you did wrong, you're screwed. Just give it up. The other big change in the rules is they really had to enforce this with the ladies. They're only allowed to call penalties that occurred in this game. Every man who's here with his wife kind of laughed, looked at his wife. Oh, she's laughing. Okay, we can laugh too. Like I said, I'm a Bears fan. I was born in Michigan, but I grew up in Chicago. So I love it. And the biggest news for Chicago this year, we got a Chicago American Pope. I mean, this is not my joke. I saw this online, but it kills me every time. We got an American Pope from Chicago before Chicago had a 4,000-yard passer. 100 and something years NFL, we don't have that. We got a Pope from Chicago. He is actually from the same town in Chicago that I grew up in. And he goes to the same pizza place that I go. So I grew up Roman Catholic, but I got better. But I still pay attention to the Pope. And my favorite pizza place, the day after they announced he was the Pope, realized this guy had been at their place. He trademarks the word Pope-aroni. This is 100% true. Well, this story is 99% true, but that's 100% true. And I go, I might not be Catholic anymore, but that's a little sacrilegious. He goes, that's not sacrilegious. I'm going in. He creates a table that's the Pope's table and sets it all up and puts a sign up there and says, official pizza of the Pope. I go, now you're pushing it. Getting a little bit more out there on the sacrilegious stuff. That's a little scary. He goes, oh no, I'm going to go further. He goes out and gets an ex-altar chair that the priest used to sit in a chair. The kind of fancy. It's not super fancy, but it's a priest chair. I also found out, I was in Chicago last week, it's also the chair they use for Santa Claus. So I'm like, guys, you guys are throwing all caution to the wind and sacrilegious. So they've got a chair, they got the table, Pope's table. The one thing we know, there won't be any kids sitting at that table. I tell you, that's all true story. It's a long way to go for a dad joke, but I'm going to do it every freaking time. It is great to be back. And first of all, it's great to be back in the U.S. I did a lot of traveling. I was actually booked to perform in Rome, in Monte Carlo, Barcelona. I booked it myself. It was a cruise, but I was booked to do it. I wanted to perform, and I only got to perform once. My wife did not like it. She gave me 2 stars out of 5, said you could do better. I was hoping for another chance. I did not get it, but it's good to be back in the United States. And it's great to be back in California. This is the time I used to live in California for 30 years. So my first time back to San Jose in a couple of months. So it's awesome to be back here. It's awesome to be back at Rooster T Feathers because I used to come see comics here all the time. So you guys are here for the first time, or you come back and see stuff at Rooster T Feathers. It's great here. But about 4 years ago, I moved to Florida and to go down to California. And so, I was wondering, I haven't seen it. So last year you guys had just a ton of wildfires and bad smoke. Has it been bad this year? Has it been, okay, not so bad? So it's bad, but not like the world's coming to an end and, that's better, so it's good. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there's a lot of wildfires in Florida too. Did you guys know that? They're different in Florida. They wait for the trees to get up, they cut them down, they turn it into paper, put it into a book, and then burn it. So just a little bit different down there. It's, and by the way, that's about the most political joke that I will do. It's the closest. And they go, Ed, why don't you do some more political jokes? And I go, I can't write anything as funny as going on in this stuff. Nothing as funny that's there. But I get asked a lot. I mean, Florida, California, both sunshine states. But other than that, they're very different. They go, Ed, what do you like about Florida? Well, I go, no income tax. That's great. The cost of living is way lower. I paid $2.96 for gas the other day. You guys are all hating me right now. I'm getting a lot of Death Stars. Someone said, don't tell that to them. They'll hate you. They go, well, what don't you like about Florida? I go, everything else. And I go, I know that's not true. And they said, well, what really pisses you off about it? And it says, is it the politics? I said, no, I can handle the politics. Is it the humidity? I said, no, I can handle the humidity. Is it the drivers? I go, yes, it's the fucking drivers. Oh my God, the drivers in Florida, they will have people that run through a stop sign and stop at a yield sign on the same drive down the street. It's like they import bad drivers from the other state. And especially in the middle of the winter when all the Canada drivers come down. Man, it's like we're importing bad Canucks just to come down and screw up our traffic. It's horrible. I don't know what to do about it. It's just not something that I really like. But, I actually enjoy Florida. It is interesting that the differences down there from stuff. It's a 51-49 state. So, California is pretty democratic, and Florida is a pretty split between, crackers and not crackers down there. And it's just things. You guys actually know why they call them crackers? I like to be informative. I'm an ex-engineer, which I think a lot of the crowd knows. I like to be informed. Crackers were the guy who was reading the Cowboys and had the whip, and they would crack the whip to get people to work. So that's why they call the guys crackers. No joke there, just a little informative stuff there. I feel like if I can inform something, you can walk away. I know at least 3 of you are going to like seeing somebody walk up to somebody and go, hey, you know what a cracker is? Like a saltine with the cheese? No, cracker. It's like, dude, get away from me. I don't even know who you are. We moved during COVID. It was a big change, but we like it. So I'm a 2-time survivor. I didn't think it was going to happen to me twice. You never see it coming. You feel like you've gotten away from it, but yes, I have married twice. I'm on my second wife. Well, I'm not on her now because she didn't make the trip. But if she was here, she'd probably still be back in the hotel room. But I would have a chance with her tonight if she was in the hotel room watching murder, death, porn. Oh, I said it wrong. I said that earlier before. It's actually, she likes crime dramas. I just like calling it murder, death, porn. Do we have any crime drama women in here that really like the crime dramas? I had no freaking idea why my wife likes the crime dramas. I will tell you, I get a little scared when I see her taking notes. And conversely, just a side note, if anybody wants the vacation in Florida, I do have a job open as a food taster. Just, you know, it pays well. I will pay you at the end of the job. True story about this. I went on a cruise, and we were doing a cruise down the Rhine, which if I ever get a chance to do this. We were going through a castle tour, and they're walking through, and the guide goes, you know, the women used to marry older men because they had the money, they had all the castles and stuff like that. And when they would get too old, they would get rid of them and find a new husband. And she goes, does anybody know how they do that? My wife jumps to the front of the crowd and goes, yeah, they poison with hemlock. There's some grown right over there. You have not seen awkward looks until everybody on the cruise looks at you like, it was nice knowing you, sir. Hope you didn't pay for the crowd. She's paying for the stuff on here. No, I love my wife. Some of you guys know my wife. Yeah. Give it up for Bonnet, man. I did this discussion. So I get asked a lot as a comedian. They go, who's your favorite comedian? And I could answer 75 different people. But I've come up with my favorite comedian is Mel Brooks. And get here for Mel Brooks. Very funny guy, 98 years old, 99 years old, still doing stuff. I don't like him, or he's not my favorite comic because he's got an Emmy, an Oscar, a Grammy, and a Tony, or he's been producing, or he's made all these great movies. I like him because he got Anne Bancroft to marry him. Mel Brooks, very funny, not a handsome man. So I said that joke, and I told my wife, I said, sweetie, I am 99% sure you married me because I can make you laugh. And she goes, damn straight. And I go, honey, you could have said, no, it's 96%, 97%. She looked at me dead in the eye and goes, you're lucky I gave you the 1%. That's a true story. It's a true story. It is very fun to know that it goes out there. So I followed social convention when I got married the second time, and I married a younger woman. Obviously, right? Well, she's not actually younger than me, but by Florida standards, she's barely legal. As a matter of fact, she is so young, she's not even eligible for Social Security yet. She is so young, she's not even gotten more than 50 pieces of mail from AARP. And I know some of you guys out there know exactly what I'm talking about. So I was with her, going on a trip. I'm going to be gone for 7 days. So, going to be gone. So I'm making my move the night before. So I'm going in. I'm going in for sex. And she gives me the double hand push in the chest and says, "Get away from me." And I go, "Are you having a hot flash?" Or as she likes to call it, her own personal summer. And she goes, "Yes." And I said, "Is it a bad one?" She goes, "It's the fucking worst one I've ever had. It's so bad." And I said, "I've got good news." She goes, "What good news could you have?" And I said, "My toes are freezing right now." And she goes, "Really?" And I said, "Let me show you." So I take my foot and I put it behind her knee. She goes, "I know what you guys were thinking." I put it behind her knee, and she goes, "Oh my God, that feels great." And I said, "I've got better news." What? She goes, "My other foot, even colder." And so I put it behind her knee. She goes, "Great, is that awesome?" She goes, "Yes, it's great. This is the best ever. It's so awesome. This is awesome. It's so good." And that is how we invented Senior 69. Again, it's a second marriage, and I'm an engineer, so I'm always trying to do the improvement. And so I have what I call Ed 2.0, which is a better version of me. And so this example's come up. We were driving, and she's looked at this lady, and she's going slow. She's got her blinker on, but she's got like going left. He goes, "How old are you, lady, to drive like this?" Old Ed would say something like, "How old does this lady have to be for you to think that she's old?" Ed 2.0 jumps in and said, yeah, she sucks. What does asshole driving? So there, you can learn from this stuff. The one thing that I really have a problem with my wife is pronouns. Now, I support whatever pronoun anybody wants to use. You can say whatever pronoun you want to say, I support it. My wife, her pronoun is her, she, and queen. So yes, all hail her. She thinks my pronouns are he, wrong, and we. So first of all, I am not telling her that wrong is not a pronoun. I'm not telling her, because I'm more than a little afraid of her. It's the we that gets me. Because she'll say things like, we need to take out the garbage. We need to clean out the garage. We need to put the toilet seat down. Then I step back and go, hold on a second. If both her and I need to put the toilet seat down, I should have probably thought what her pronouns are before we got married. Hey, I have been very excited to be out here, guys. Thank you guys for coming out very much. This has been a blast for me, a dream come true.